Sunday greetings to one and all out there. This is Richie, and I'm currently over here on the Long Beach Peninsula, and I am bringing attention to a looming problem facing the homeowners over here. That is an exquisite example of the lack of leadership cohesion here in our beautiful city that has had this condition here on our peninsula, a very bizarre status and sort of limbo for close to 2 decades, I'm just going to guess, where you have these multi-million-dollar properties that are facing the ocean. With most of the year, you have the notorious berm here, which the beach maintenance crew has to maintain in order to protect the homes from the scarfing away of the sand that they're constantly replenishing. Now here we have a situation where we're basically running out of beach, and as you can see, the wave action has just washed away basically most of the berm, and this is during calm weather. This is all basically tidal wave action. Sometimes during the year, when there's a king tide and potentially a storm, the notorious berm here can be in excess of 10 feet high. So everyone on the first floor of their very expensive homes can't even see the beach. So I'm going to give everyone the information I know about how this condition developed, and just put it out there along with a potential solution so that we can sort of finally solve this problem. So, according to the old timers from the store over here on 62nd Place, the little liquor store where I used to work back in the day, the beach erosion began after they expanded the port out here, and it altered the current. And according to some of the former beach maintenance crew workers that I know, it started scarfing away the sand and moving it basically offshore out there. So the long and short of it is, it may be that the port is in some fashion responsible for the erosion. Now, that, of course, is just neighborhood scuttlebutt, but we do have this condition. So, with all that said, ever since I campaigned for mayor, I've proposed a solution that may correct the current problem and also enhance trade and tourism down there. My solution is that the port, in cooperation with the city and perhaps the federal government, alter the breakwater out there to a point where they allow longboard waves to finally return further down the beach here where there's plenty of beach, and they take some of that rock from the breakwater and they create an arcing, even gapped breakwater that begins at the end of the jetty and arcs its way towards the beach, stopping just off the beach down the way where the former junior lifeguard headquarters used to be, approximately where that first blue lifeguard tower is. So you'd have an arch basically protecting the end of the peninsula here, perhaps with gaps in it to allow the water to remain clean and healthy. And we turn it into a marine sanctuary where you can kayak and paddleboard and stuff like that, but no power boats and things like that. So we might actually be able to restore some natural sea wildlife out here at the same time. So Now, there have been half measures to correct this problem. I'm not sure how many people recall. I think maybe 10 years ago, the city buried a pipeline all the way down the beach here uh, with the purported intent of pumping sand down here, only to announce after this project was over that it wasn't going to work. So again, there's a pipeline under the beach here intended to solve this problem. So once again, this has been a serious problem for a very long time, yet it has not been addressed because you have multiple, I do believe, agencies and jurisdictions, some that may have to bite the bullet and take responsibility for it. I'm not sure if this will get solved on our current political condition because we don't have leadership that can work as a team and apply some long-term vision and some discipline. You know, they're more concerned with using our political environment as a stepping stone to further their careers. You know, we get all these promises and then they all just move up and on and nothing gets done. So, in summation, I want to move forward and find solutions to problems. So I think that a potential marine sanctuary constructed from the notorious breakwater would protect the homes down here and maybe allow in some surf down there, which would be great. So Long Beach would once again be a really, really fun trade and tourism destination. So that's my contribution to the ongoing debate, and I hope that perhaps something can happen. And in the event that this actually does occur, I propose calling it the Bruce Jones Marine Sanctuary in honor of our once beloved neighbor. So there you go, everybody. I hope you all have a great Sunday. And perhaps someday we could have a wonderful sanctuary out here, bringing a vivid display of sea life and peace of mind to the homeowners here on the peninsula. We're trying to either sell their expensive property, or they're building another expensive property, or they're just trying to dwell in their very expensive property. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.